Welcome, everyone. I am your host, Joshua Ross, and this is Live at the Podium. Here with us today is George Robinson, wide receiver of Frankfurt University. How you doing, George?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing good, man. It's early, but I'm glad to be here.
I hear you.
So, man, it's awesome to have a receiver of your caliber here with us today. Just happy to be here. So let's get started, man. Your career, you've played 5 seasons in Europe already. How were you able to transition this kind of career from your college career?
Well, I started my college career at Warburg College. It's a small school, Division III school in Iowa. Very close-knit kind of school. You had to live on campus all 3 years, that kind of deal. So as an athlete anyway. So from there, I actually had one of my best friends from high school, Vinny Pachuli. He played his college ball at NAU. It's a Division I AA school up in Arizona. It's in northern Arizona. He told me that there was opportunities to continue playing ball if I wanted to go that route. And, of course, I said yes. I play ball until the wheels fall off, obviously. And that's when I first got into football overseas and started messaging teams and seeing where I would be a good fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can relate to the D3 journey. Hudson University was the same way for me. That first season overseas, how was that transition for you? I know some imports have a little bit of a tough time, homesickness, so on and so forth. With that, how'd that do for you?
And you know what? It wasn't too bad, only because I did move away from Arizona, like from where I grew up in high school and stuff, away to Iowa. So that wasn't too hard of a transition. The biggest transition was going from primarily playing just receiver to doing absolutely everything. Because I played on a small team in Austria, and I was the only in. So I kickoff return, punt return, safety, corner, quarterback, receiver, everything that you can imagine. I helped set up the field, man. So you do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you do. It's even crazy when the quarterback starts playing middle linebacker.
I can't even imagine that. That's wild.
So as moving on to the Austrian team, you're with the Dukes. Give a little quick explanation of how those 2 years went.
Oh man, those 2 years were good, man. My first year there, we won every game. We had a lot of very good talent on that team. We had Patrick Carey, who came down from the Munich Cowboys from the year before that at quarterback. He was a man. Very accurate dude. So, yeah, we won every game that year, and we ended up moving up. They offered me again to play out there in the DFL2 season that they had out there. Ended up getting hurt, I think, the third game, high ankle sprain. So that was just nagging all year, and those are really tough to get rid of. So they ended up actually doing pretty well without me. I ended up coming back, I think, ninth week. I think it was right before the Frankfurt game. The Frankfurt, when they were called the Frankfurt Galaxy back then, but right before that first game that we had. And then I actually played in that game. I played really well. I think I had 2 touchdowns that first game, almost 170 something yards against them. So it was not too bad. They ended up winning still. And what happened? That's pretty much it, man.
George, you got somebody here who wants to say hello to you real quick. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
If it comes, it should come up.
Hi, how's it going? Oh, that's my people around me.
Hey, it's always good to have good people around you. One quick thing to mention to the audience out there, if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and post them. At the end of the interview, we're going to do a little Q&A session with George. So any question you have, feel free to put on there. Now, for your current stay, the team you're with now, Frankfurt University. Actually, it's the Samsung Frankfurt University. I got to get that right. Make sure I got that right. How have these 2 years been for you?
Man, it's absolutely insane. From the bottom up, it's outrageous the way they take care of us. Not just as imports, just as people. They really do care about us, and that you don't get that everywhere you go. But it is on the other hand, a very professional organization. I mean, obviously we have a very big name sponsor, so we always have to be aware of what we're doing, what we're saying, and stuff along those lines. But it's never just too much pressure coming from the front office. They do everything that they can to make sure that we're comfortable living wise and playing wise and just getting right for games. They want us to focus on winning championships and pretty much nothing else, which is really, really nice, which is not always what you get in Europe. So
I just noticed what your guy said. Your camera's a little low. I can see your teeth. That's about it. Yeah.
That's about it?
That's my fault.
Hey, it's about it. Hold on. Let me try to set this back up easier. Is that a little bit better?
A little. There we go. Audience, it's my fault. I apologize. I should have seen that beforehand. So last year was successful. Quick little rundown on how last year went coming into this season, though.
So we started off our season against the defending South champions, the Schwäbisch Hall Unicorns. We ended up in that game by 6 points, I believe, which is, I mean, there's not very many moral victories in football, as you know, but it was a good start for us.
Yeah.
We know they're tough. They have a very experienced team. They're always good. They have a lot of very good German talent. So we knew it was going to be a hard game going in, and we played really well. We gave up the ball too much, man. I think we had four turnovers, 5 turnovers. Yeah, man, you can't get the ball like that against a team like Schwäbisch.
No, you can't.
So, and to lose by 6 points is a testament, I think, to how that season started, where we came together as a group against. I mean, you go up against the South champion, who's in the championship for Germany. Big Six, whatever they do, they're always in the hunt for a championship. So to play well against them was good for us. From there on, we didn't lose until we ended up doing our EFL season. We ended up winning that, which was a fun thing to do. Haven't had a chance to win a championship in Europe yet, which was nice to do. Our GFL season was very successful. We ended up winning every game up until we met Schwäbisch Hall again at home. That game was good as well. Played well. They had a little bit more than us that game. So, yeah, man, we're looking forward to playing these guys. Yeah,
and it's just, Frankfurt University is still on a trajectory up. Still coming from a lot. So it's 2017 now. So that's exactly
right. That's right. That's right. We're looking forward.
Now, before we get into talking about this season, you got to give us one culture story. I'm about to go Dan Le Batard and Poppy on it. Like, you got to give me a story. Give me something good.
Something good. All right. Let's see. Okay. Here's a good one. It was actually my first year in Europe. I went into we lived in a very small town, St. Pölten, Austria, and it was really, really small, right outside of Vienna, but a really small town. I go into a store. It was my second day here, and I went into the store and I asked for white bread. I just wanted some regular white bread for my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
The lady had no idea what I was talking about. I was like, "How do you not understand? Like, just slice." I was sitting there making hand signs. I'm like, "Help me! I just need some bread for my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches." So that was a little weird for me. I didn't realize that they don't really do that American white bread that I like anyway. Until you go to the bigger stores like Aldi or Lidl or anything like that.
Yeah.
Country.
And then even then, in Poland, even then, the only slice of bread are that big.
Yeah, a little butts. I'm like, what can I do with this? I mean, I have to eat 40 of them.
So, yeah. All right. So now on to the season. Start off the GFL season pretty well. You get a win over Stuttgart. Is that necessarily how you thought you were going to play, or because last year was a down year for them? So what was your thoughts going into that game?
You know, personally, I played awful. I did not play well. I did not play up to my standard. I played up to my team standards. So I was a little disappointed in that, but that's why we have a team. Everyone's not going to have their greatest day every day, you know? So saying that we pull together as a team, our defense is always outstanding. I mean, the last 3 years, our defense is always, I mean, from what I remember, always just been up there with the best of them. And again, this year, as a team, we didn't have a preseason. So all we did was practice with ourselves. And it's a little different, as you know. I mean, playing against a different team, coming from the season we had in the GFL last year, people are coming for us. We have to know that people are gunning for us. They're going to bring their A game every single time they play us. They have to. To take nothing away from Stuttgart, they played a fantastic game. Their quarterback's a tough dude, man. He took some shots. He kept getting back up, and he kept throwing that rock. So we left a lot of points on the field. I mean, we gave the ball, I think, 3 times as well. Yeah. It was a tough game, which we knew was going to be a tough game, but we made it a lot harder on ourselves, I think.
It happens when you come into the season, first game of the year, especially without a preseason. That hurts. What about your game? Could you say that you struggled in it during that particular game?
Just timing wise, man. I never got into a rhythm. I'm a rhythmic dude. I like to get into a rhythm. I like catching hitches. I like catching slants. I like getting hit a little bit, you know, just to get that feeling of playing football. Running free down the sideline is like, oh, I'm so open. You get kind of nervous and the hands get locked up or whatever. But so I'm a rhythm guy. I like to get hit a little bit. I like to block, you know. So
you like the block. I saw that on your film on Euro players. There's especially the first opening minute and a half. You have pretty physical receivers. Not something you see too often. I was a little shocked by that.
Yeah, man, I love it. Coaches love it, so that's good. That's why I think I can find myself on teams. But man, I mean, being a complete receiver is definitely blocking, man. You got to have that in your arsenal to keep getting picked up by teams. I love blocking. I love the physicality of it. You don't get to do it too often. You don't get to be too physical as a receiver very much.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Now on to the Big Six. Last weekend, big win for y'all over Milano Seaman. It's one of the more established programs in Europe. How did it feel coming out with that kind of win, starting the Big Six?
Man, it feels good. Like I said, it's the biggest tournament I've ever played in. So it was cool, man. The environment was great. It was raining, so it was a little tempered. The rain kind of messes with with our fans a little bit, but man, I think it's like 6,000 people were there. Our fans are amazing. We got off to a really good start. Opening drive, we scored. Our defense got us the ball back, scored again. Defense stopped them, scored again. So going up 21-0, I think right before half is pretty big. So
this sets you up for some success going on. What was the biggest takeaway coming out of that game for your program?
You know, that we can be a complete team if we're focused and if we do our things correctly and we don't focus on anything else. We're going to be a great defensive team. Everyone knows that. Everyone in Europe knows our defense is probably the best in Europe, but we can score some points too. You know, we all just got to get on the same page, start pulling the rope in the same direction, and I think we can compete, man.
All right, put your Bill Belichick hat on. What was the number one thing that needs to be fixed going into next week? Without giving it in too much details, obviously, to any potential Rebels viewers.
Like I said, just not leaving points out on the field. Silly penalties, drop balls, missed tackles, whatever it is. It's just we're playing football, man. At the end of the day, we just got to limit those little mistakes. And like I said, I think we can compete with anyone in Europe.
All right, now it's the big game. Berlin Rebels coming up this weekend. Yeah. What's the feeling in the locker room over this?
Oh man, we feel good. Berlin's, Berlin's Berlin. They run the ball, they run the rock. They've got that back out there who's, I think, led the GFL in rushing for the past 3 years. So we know we're gonna have to contain him. We got to score some points, man. We're not comfortable with that little. I guess we have a point differential, whatever. We're not there to do that. We're not there just to cover that. We're there to win a football game and get right for our GFL season, and then meeting Braunschweig in the finals.
Oh, meeting Braunschweig in the finals. That's all right. I see a little confidence that coming up. I like it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Is there anything in particular that other than their strong run game, especially on their defense, that you're going to have to look out for?
They're bangers, man. They like to hit. They like to hit. They like to talk a little trash. So we have to really be we have to be in our game, not worry about them, not worry about the refs. We're gonna get some calls. They're gonna get some calls. We just need to really focus on them and our game. So we can't get into that whole trash talking and stuff like that. Can't do that.
All right. So outside that, we've spoken of their run game. We've spoken of staying cool, calm, and collected. Give me 2 more keys for this weekend's game that without these keys, a win could be out of your reach.
Oh, well, I mean, giving away the ball, man. At the end of the day, if you don't have the ball, you can't score, right? So we can't give up. We can't give the rock, and we can't give them good field position. Because I mean, their run team. This game's going to go by quick, and if we keep giving them good field position, it's better for them, I think. So we need to make sure we have these drives that last a while, and we move the ball downfield. So no penalties. We've got to stay away from penalties.
Stay away from it. Well, speaking of trash talk, you got a buddy here. It looks like the trash talk is pretty good within the program itself, so I'll let you see this.
You're so smart. See, we're just practicing for the trash talk. We just gotta let that roll off our back and just say, you know what? It's okay when I catch touchdowns over here. Can you speak faster? I'm sorry, your English isn't up to snuff, Marco. Sorry, man.
So, all right. Well, we got the big game. Obviously, you predicted that you're going to come out successful, get that June 10th or 11th meeting with New Yorker.
We need it.
So, if any viewers got a question other than Marco and the trash talk question,
me and Marco
feel free to go ahead now. While we wait for anybody, what are your plans after your playing career? What do you have in mind?
I really do want to get into coaching. I love the game. I don't want to be too far away from it. So I know that's something that I would really, really enjoy doing. If it's not over here, over in the States somewhere doing something with football, I don't know if I could live without this game for too long. So maybe I'll take a little break, figure out some stuff, but I think I'll end up back doing something with football. Have to.
Oh, of course. How do you feel your experience in Europe has helped prepare you into that coaching career?
I mean, like I said, just doing it all. We're out here playing football, obviously, but we're also coaching up the younger guys and the youth teams that I've been around. Just doing that kind of stuff I think it's essential. You can learn the game, but can you teach it? Can you pass the knowledge that you have to someone else in an effective manner? So I think it really does help with guys getting into. I know a lot of guys that have stopped playing football and started coaching over here, which I think is good. It just I think it elevates the game in Europe a lot. Just having so much talent and knowledge, football knowledge, to give not only to the players but to the coaches. If the coaches can take stuff away from like our Division I guys, our coaches are really good about taking advice and direction from guys, and it's actually refreshing not to have such huge egos in the locker room that they can sit here and take some of the advice that these guys that come from big time schools have to give them, or even from the NFL guys. So like John Tidwell, he's dude is going up against him at practice makes everyone so much better. Man. He's so good. He's so good. So yeah.
All right. Well, first question for you.
Is it Marco again?
No, it's not. For once.
Well, not during the season. I know we did an open tryout last year. After the season was over, we did an open tryout here in Frankfurt, I believe. They're always on the lookout for new players, man. It's you can't grow. You can't be successful if you stay stagnant. You have to bring in some new players, fresh faces. Hopefully not a receiver, but so
I think Paul can come out here and take the job, George.
I got to be careful, man. I can't be giving away all my tricks. They won't need me.
All right. Thanks for the question, Paul. All right. We got another question from Daryl Tates. Would it be easier for me to read it to you, or do you like how I pull it up on screen for you?
You can read it. It's okay.
All right. It's from Daryl Tates. George, I haven't personally met you yet, but you seem like a great person upon getting acquainted via the Facebook world. What are some successful tips and methods of connecting with other players, coaches, and teams?
That's honestly a great question. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten messages on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that from guys that are either playing or wanting to play overseas. Just being respectful of each other's what's the word I'm looking for? Just being respectful of people's boundaries. Not your first question being, hey, how much do you make? Or, hey, give me your coach's Facebook. So, I mean, I want to get to know these guys. The import world is relatively small, man. There's not a lot of us out here. So I've cultivated a lot of friendships from other teams, just meeting other guys like Paul from Milan. Before we even played, we were talking on Instagram, just having regular conversations, not anything about football, just about life and whatever. So it's I think it's very important to build up those relationships with other imports. One, to be able to tell each other hey, what's going on here and what's going on there, because there's not much out there like that where it's saying, hey, this team is doing this and this team's doing that, and we don't want to put each other in a bad situation. So I think it really helps with that kind of thing.
Yeah, I can attest to that as well. I mean, just with Daryl, we played in the same league last year in Poland. Even though we didn't have a chance to meet in person, but we were able to build a good friendship, good connection. We both get here in the States. He happens to live maybe an hour away from me here in Tennessee, so he offers to take me up on a work trip in Green Bay to hold a combine. So I ended up driving with him all the way to Green Bay and spend 3 days up there and drive back.
Yeah, man, it's a small world. RJ Long, he's played everywhere. He plays for Vasa right now.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea who he was. We ended up being friends on Facebook, talking. He lived, I think, 20 minutes away from me. We ended up working out for the last 2 years during off seasons, and he's one of my really good friends now. So, I mean, you end up building these crazy relationships out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, he was in Bialystok last year, and I was in Vishku for a bit, and then 2-hour bus ride and go there and work out with him and Jabari and the two Mikes up in Bialystok. Yeah,
man, it's crazy. It's crazy that you just meet these guys and kind of build these friendships.
Oh, it is. Yeah, one other question. I'm going to post this one for you.
Did you consider coaching Frankfurt year after year? Yeah. I would love to coach the youth kids. We have a lot. I know we have a lot of time. I've been to some of the youth practices here in Frankfurt. The kids are great. They're always at our games. They're very willing to learn from us. They're always excited when we come to practices, which is nice. I would love that. It's just I got to find a stable job here in Frankfurt to be able to do the youth coaching, because again, it's not a full-time job, so you'd have to kind of work some things like that. So.
All right, I got one last question for you, and it's actually kind of a hard one. I'm gonna throw you a curveball in. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, because it could be a toxic situation. The reports that came out within the last couple of days about IFAF Paris revoking the membership of USA Football and is now working with USFAF for their national team stuff. Do you have any thoughts on the situation?
Well, I honestly don't know too much about what's going on over there and why it's so fragmented between those two organizations. And personally, I don't understand how you can kick America out of American football, an association about American football. So I honestly don't know too much about it. I kind of stay away from it. I know it's going to affect. And no. I know it might affect me in the long run, but I'm not too sure what's going on. So I probably should have read up on that.
It's something that we all have to worry about. It doesn't necessarily affect our playing career just yet, but growth of the game long term with other issues we're already facing, such as concussions and such as that. Sure. We don't need anything else on top of all that.
Sure.
And
I mean, the thing that I'm most worried about at this time is the whole the Brexit thing. I don't know how that's gonna affect my dual citizenship for American football in Europe. So that's the thing I've kind of been focusing on, seeing what direction that's going to go with. And I know that they might be a part of making those kind of decisions. So it does. I mean, I can see it affecting me sooner than later. So I hope they get it figured out.
Yeah, being that I'm just an American, I don't have a dual passport. I didn't even think about that. So it's just there's so many different angles to the situation that can affect so many.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a little frustrating. I mean, I always see those things pop up about them talking crap to each other and saying one's not recognized and the other's not recognized. But they just need to get it together because at the end of the day, we all love this sport. It's all a big part of our lives. I know guys that have been over here twice as long as me. They love this thing, man, and they take it serious. And to have an organization just kind of dictate what might happen in the future is kind of frustrating for a lot of guys I know.
So Jamal, we're going to come back to your question, but George has actually gave us the perfect segue to this next question. George, I want to let you know this question is coming from the godfather of the Podyum.
Oh, Marcus, what's going on, man? The growth of football is, like I said, imports coming in. I know it's a big part of winning, but I also think it's a big part of growing the game. The guys you bring over are usually, we like to have strong character guys. I know a lot of European teams, they're not the biggest fans of bringing in Division I guys, only because the level of play and the level of organization isn't quite up to standards for Division I guys. I've seen it happen. I know I've seen that happen. But the knowledge that they bring over, I think, is indispensable. It helps everyone. It helps me. Division I guys help me. Like I don't know some of the stuff that they know, and I might know some stuff that they don't know. But if we can pass that knowledge over to the Europeans, especially to the younger kids that come up through our youth programs, I think it's just going to make the game just so much better in that aspect of just the knowledge and the popularity. Because if you can have some guys from Germany that are rock stars, we have a safety on our team who's I think is probably one of the best safeties in Europe. He's a German kid. He's going to be fantastic, man. He's going to be a great player. And to have guys like Tyler Stoddard and Quaid Chapuis back there. Quaid went to Utah, man. I think he started 3 years at Utah at safety. Like he's a monster, and to learn from this kind of guy is actually really, really good for him. So,
all right. So, last question of the day from Jamal White.
Feeling good, man. One, I've never been to Berlin. Does Jamal play for Berlin? I've never been to Berlin. I heard it's an amazing city. But at the end of the day, we're there to play football. It's gonna be a football game. It's no different than playing Milan or Schwäbisch Hall or whoever. We're there to play ball. We're there to compete. We just want a fair game, and That's all we can ask for at the end of the day.
All right, so George, good luck this weekend. Got a big game. I know a lot of people will be watching. This is one of the premier games of the early season for the Big Six. We're expecting big things, not only from you and from the Frankfurt University, but also from Berlin, just to have a great game. Really expecting a great game out of this, and we're excited.
Absolutely. We're both. I know both teams are going to prepare well this weekend and bring the heat. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a playoff game, man. You win or go home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, George, thanks for being on with us today. We really appreciate it. Learned a lot about you and the Frankfurt Universe.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Podyum World, y'all have a great day as well. See you guys.
Thanks, Podyum.